What is up, guys? Your Show Cycles, and today we are going to be doing a rebuild on some pedals that I have. They are some VPs 107s, if I'm not mistaken. The first one you could tell is actually really rusted. I was just going to do a quick spray down, add some WD or something in there and just get them back on the road. But after seeing how bad the first one was of rust, I decided just to take them apart. Here you see me going at it with actually the wrong size. I do switch it out later. It turns out to be a 12 millimeter, and that one went out pretty well. Then I went and got my little screwdriver and took out a little washer that I had in between the two nuts. The second size, I don't know what it is because I just used the screwdriver to apply pressure to the nut and then turned the spindle, and it pretty much came out by itself. So there's nothing there. I did do a wipe down of the spindle and the inner bearing cage, I believe it is. Used a steel is that steel wool or copper brush to clean it as much as I can. One mistake I did do here is I did use too much grease on the outer part, and you could tell on the inner one. You could tell I dropped the bearing, but you could tell on the back plate it's very easy to see what you're doing. But once you get on the inner one, I put way too much grease, and it was very hard for me to see where the bearings went. I did learn on my second attempt, so I didn't have that problem. You see me just humming along, trying to adjust the bearings as best as I can. Once again, way too much grease. I never thought I would say that, but couldn't see what I was doing, so I had to take them out, put them in, take them out, put them in. And this is the good thing about when you get higher end parts, is that you're able to take them apart and service them. The newer lower end ones, you might not have that option. Even the older lower end ones, you don't have that option, and you end up having to throw away whatever part you're trying to service. But once again, this is a little bit higher end, so I was able to do a service on it, and you can see me just do a quick cleanup. And what you see there is not a placemat, it is a rubber mat that I got for Christmas. And that little metal tin that looks like a little bowl, it's actually a magnetic cup. I've heard people say good things and bad things about using magnetic cups. It made it easy to clean certain things, so I kind of liked it. Here you see me attacking the second pedal, and learning from the first one, this one was a lot easier. Also, this one was not as bad as the first one, so I went pretty much it went a lot smoother than the first one. One thing I do gotta learn is to lean in to my placemat or my plastic piece, whatever you want to call it. That way I don't accidentally drop stuff on the floor. That was one of the main reasons I got that, is because I always drop stuff on the floor, mainly because I don't have a tool bench or a workbench to work on. So I usually work on the hood of my truck, and this just made it easier to keep everything a little bit more organized. You see me put, the back wasn't too bad, so I used a good amount of grease. The front one, I did use significantly less grease than I did the other one, just to kind of see where the bearings were at. I didn't have to guess. All in all, this process took a lot longer than I thought, but it was cool that I was able to reuse these old vintage pedals that I had laying around. Yep, there you go. You see me drop in, then pick it back up. Cleaned up a couple of bearings that were a little bit dirty. So you see, here it is where I use less grease, and I'm able to see where I put the bearings, and that made a huge difference. It made it a lot easier on the outer one. All in all, it was a pretty easy process. I think it took me, like I said, 20 minutes, and it's gonna make a huge difference when I ride this bike. The bike in question is our generation mountain bike, and as you can see, I'm just finishing up, taking them for a test spin, tying up the back bolts, and putting out the cap right now. So all in all, it was a good day. Yarso Cycles out.